G'day guys. Tomorrow we're going to be doing a 5-rep baseline. I don't want it to sound like a 5-rep max because it's not. It's just going to be a baseline for us to build over the course of the next few Mondays for some back squat waves. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to be doing a 5-rep baseline, and I want you to think of it being a tough 5-rep. And you're going to be basing your percentages over the course of the next few weeks off your 5-rep tomorrow. So for example, if you hit 200 pounds tomorrow, you're going to base your training loads for the back squats in weeks to come on Mondays off of the 5-rep you do tomorrow. So it's important for you to know what you've lifted. Number one, we don't want to go too light. We don't want to go too heavy, but we want to hit that sweet spot. And what we're going to do is do a few build-up sets before attempting that moderate 5. And you might have one or two attempts, but just understand that tomorrow is just a baseline weight to hit, so our training loads can be based off of that. So let's just talk about the back squat, just to get us all on the same page. You want to create tension and rigidity with the barbell or with your system, your body, before taking the barbell off the rack. And you definitely don't want to be breathing going up or down. You take a breath at the top, squeeze your glutes, locking tight, go down and go up. Now I want the depth to be really as low as you possibly can go in a good, as long as you're maintaining good postural control. Definitely depth is the key. Okay, so let's just talk about it real quick. You want to just do the same thing every time with the barbell when you take it out of the rack. So I like to get my hands perfectly set first and foremost. Set nicely shoulder width apart, hands on the bar. Come under, elbows are right below. Now I'm going to pull the bar down on my shoulders. I'm not just going to be like taking it off the rack loose. I'm going to go, see that? I'm pulling it down, making it part of me. So let's come back to the rack. I'm going to pull it down to my shoulders. And let me just walk through the lifts, okay? And then put it back in the rack. The biggest mistake I see with people when they take a breath is that they're inhaling and they're already moving before they've set themselves. The whole objective or the whole principle behind taking a breath is not just taking a breath, it's actually creating tightness head to toe. So when you take that breath, I want you to squeeze your glutes and lock your midline down so you're nice and stiff and rigid. This is going to enable you to be really safe in the bottom of the squat and really tight. And you're going to, in fact, be stronger as you're moving the load going up and down by creating that tension before you squat. And that's why I take a breath and get myself set before taking the bar out of the rack. Because what happens is people put weight on the bar, you come under it, and you're like, okay, here we go. Oh, fuck, that's heavy. Right? So you've already created that, like that fear factor, and the reason for that, pretty much, is that you've got to get rigid and tight and get ready for the lift beforehand. So as you prepare, like, you know, get ready for the lift, right? Get ready to lift some load. It's game time, okay? So be tight, create the tension before you take the bar out of the rack. And when you take the breath, let's just come back to that, my point, because I got derailed there a little bit, is this. People tend to go like this. But the breath, they go. It's doing nothing. Go. Like, take the breath and then get yourself, take a check or a mental note, physical note of getting tight and rigid after you've taken the breath. So take the breath, then tighten, then pull the trigger. And you'll find again you're going to feel a lot better in the lift. Hope that helps. Looking forward to squatting in the next few weeks. Back squat, the king of strength.